Hello guys, and welcome back to video number 2 of 4 covering the new God Wars bosses, and we have killed 100 of the Sliske boss, and this is probably one of the harder bosses out of the 4 in regular mode, at least anyway. Mainly because of its sort of attacks, its different phases and what it summons and stuff like that, and yeah, the way that me and my duo partner killed it was with range. I've seen a lot of people using the scythe, but the way the boss works, it does teleport around the room quite a lot when you deal damage on it. So bleeds are essential, fragmentation shot and all that good stuff. Then, bleeds do actually drop this boss quite easily. Also using area of effect abilities as well, sort of like ricochet, corruption shot as well, they help a load as well. But yeah, this boss does move a lot, so I would advise taking range over a Nox scythe or melee. But obviously if you do bring mage here, then I do believe you will splash. You'll splash a lot because it's a ranged based boss. But yeah, range does work a treat here. As you can see, Nox bow with augmented pernix with the Serenic helm. That is the gear that I practically used with Silverhawk boots. So I actually gained some XP, and that was in agility, so I can't really gain any range or defense XP with me being 200 mil. But yeah, overall this boss was I thought it was actually quite funner than the twins, mainly because it was a lot, you had to concentrate a little bit more on the attacks, whereas twins, it was, you didn't really have to eat at all. And the hits on this boss as well were very OP, so yeah, I did actually bring Reaper next to the first boss, which I wouldn't recommend. Take an Army of Souls because you're practically at 100% accuracy on these God Wars bosses. You hit so often and you rarely splash at all. But yeah, overall I'm very pleased with this boss as well. The mechanics are kind of cool. The area is actually graphically pleasing as well, like how the fog descends over the floors. That's pretty cool as well. Now I would recommend during the boss fight to use Devotion and Debilitate as much as you possibly can, just to last longer really, and to take reduced range damage off the boss. Also, you can, it's optional, but you can, if you see sort of black circles on the floor, if you move out of the way, then you don't get hit by the mage hit, which does kind of hit sort of like 1 to 2 Ks now and again. It also has sort of minions which aid it. As you can see there, the shadows as well, you can kill them, they're optional. We didn't bother, we just brought the dupes on the boss and just dropped it down. And also it can summon a combat aid, which is the red figure on screen right now, and if the boss does absorb it, it will give it some combat benefits. It will give the boss combat benefits like berserk and stuff like that, but it won't really hurt that much, so it is optional to kill that as well. And there we have one drop that we did get, which was on kill count number 93, which was one of the helmets, which looked pretty cool on the ground there, and the beam as well, which was quite smart. Anyway, we shall have a look at how much it all came to. Right then, time to do price check number 2 of 4, as we've just completed 100 kills of the Sliske boss, and we shall open up the price checker, no messing about, put everything in there, and it comes to a very wrong price of 46.3 mil. Obviously, this is probably around the same, 2 to 3 mil max. It's not the best drop. The best drop from the Sliske boss is a crest of Sliske at the moment. That is the only thing that is currently holding out its price at around 30 to 40 mil, I do believe, but it might drop in the future. I'm not sure how much anything else is, like the weapons and whatnot, but we didn't actually get them. The only item we did get was this helmet at around kill count 93, so yeah, almost a 1 in 100 drop rate for this item. I wasn't too lucky with the Sliske boss, but generally in the other loot, then we actually smashed the loot figure of this boss rather than the Twin Fury bosses. Now, I'm going to say this now, the reputation I had on the Sliske boss enabled me to have the 50% increased drops from the Sliske boss, and that is obviously the loot from that as well. But if we take out the helmet and say we didn't get that, it is 17.8 mil, and I've just been told as well that the loot here, or some of the loot here, doesn't sell at below 10%, so yeah, take 10% extra off a few of the items here, and let's round it to, I don't know, like 15 or 16 mil, maybe even lower than that, to be honest with you. Not really quite sure if the Sliskian essence actually sells for a mil each, which I highly doubt. I reckon it's around 2 to 300k, so even lower again. But generally, you know, battle staffs, it's a cracking source of battle staffs, to be honest. Coal ore and, you know, rune ore again, normal rune items as well, herbs, sharks. Generally, it is a very good money maker for the lower level players, and you know, for the minimum effort you have to put in to kill the boss, then you know the rewarding yield is actually quite good. I mean, it's taken us around what 2 hours to kill 100, which is no time at all duo as well. So that is pretty awesome. So 17.8 mil, that's not accurate. With the helmet, then it's 46.3 mil, which is not accurate at all. So yeah, let's call it around what? Let's call it around the actual price, 17 to 18 mil if we're all in there, and that is from 2 hours and loot from 100 kills of the Sliske boss. So we're going to be ending off this video here. Video number 2 of 4 of the new God Wars 2 bosses. Hopefully I can get video number 3 on the Seren boss out later on, either today or later on tomorrow. So yeah, that is it from me, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and as always, I shall see you in the next one. Take care. Peace.